Good afternoon, everybody. It's Diana with stampingwithdie.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new, welcome. Make sure you say hi and let me know where you are, where you're from. And I'm going to show a cute card. This is actually using all three of the stamp sets that you're getting for the fall social that's in September. This is not one of the cards that you're going to be doing, but you could totally do this card after, right? And I love these sheep so very much. So that's what I'm going to be using. So let me make sure I'm in the right spot. All right. Awesome. Yes, I can see Lily. Okay, I'm in the right. Oh, I know, right? I do have a fan underneath my desk and I turned it off because it was just a little bit too cool, but now I probably need to plug it back in. But I'll do that after the video. All right, so let's get started. So you have just 3 days to sign up for the Over the Border with Diane Marcy Fall Social. I know, I keep talking about it and I probably will. I'll probably talk about it every day till the 21st because I don't want you to miss it. All right. Also, the hostess code for August. I know, I always mention that too, right? But this is a hostess code for August. So make sure if you're ordering in my store that you use that code. Unless you are ordering over 150, then don't use my code. All right. So let me show you what I'm using today. I was panicking because I was on the phone and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I thought I had everything cut. And then I was looking at my pieces and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to cut my, hey Nancy, hey Anna. I forgot to cut my clouds. Okay, so I'm going to be using the suit in tie-dye. Isn't that funny, tie-dye? But it's not really tie-dye. It's dye. All right, the sheep dye, which coordinates with the counting sheep. Now, if you are ordering for Sale-A-Bration and you order 100 before tax and shipping, you can pick the counting sheep and the sheep dye and get them both. Now, that's if you're not doing the fall social, because if you are doing fall social, you are getting the counting sheep, the sweets and treats, which I'm using today. I'm using the happy birthday. And you're also getting joyful life. And I'm using these cute little leaves out of there. All right. Another die I'm using is the Stitched So Sweetly. So I hope I remembered them all. Oh my gosh. There's always like something I forget on my bench, my workbench. Okay. I'm also using the Penguin Playmates DSP, and that is in the little Sale-A-Bration brochure. So if you don't have a demonstrator that you're working with and you need catalogs, just let me know, because this is good through the end of September while supplies last for the Sale-A-Bration items. And then I'm also using the DSP that's in the mini catalog, and this is the Sweet Stockings 12 by 12 DSP. So I'm using that as well. And I think that's all. Oh, and I'm also using the matte decorative dots. So I'm using those as well. So I have a whole bunch of stuff I'm using. All right. So let me get that out of the way. Okay. Let me get my pieces. And there's quite a few pieces. All right. So let's see here. I'm also using some blend. So let's get all my little pieces going. All right. So here is everything I need except for the grass and the clouds because I have them off to the side. Okay. So here's all the pieces. Oh my God. It's like a puzzle. Okay. So we have for the front, and here is that cute DSP that I talked about. So this is the penguin, and then this is the sweet stockings. And look how cute those look together. Oh, I love it. All right, so that's what I'm going to use. So this is on the inside of the card. So I want to make sure I have my sizes right. So this piece should be the inside. Yes, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. So it's just 1/4 of an inch smaller than half of the size of the card base, right? Because it's going to go on the inside. All right, so let's start gluing. So I'm just going to kind of assemble. So I love stacking my DSP, especially if I've used 2 different DSPs on the front of the card. I like to put the same ones on the inside of the card. Hey, Jeannie. Excuse me. All right. And then, so this is going to go on here. And I probably trimmed this a little bit bigger like I usually do. Yes, I did. I trimmed it just a little bit longer. It's just easier to line it up, I find. All right, get my scissors, and then you just have to trim it. Then you don't have any little bits of white space sticking out. All right, so there we have our inside, and then I'm going to put the inside. And I'm probably going to sneeze. Oh my gosh. It's one of those days, right? We have like had so much rain. Hold on a minute. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm going to put Love Ya on the inside. So this is from, did I say which was the Love Ya? Where the Love Ya was from? Hold on a minute. Sweets and Treats. So I used Happy Birthday and the Love Ya. I forgot I was using the Love Ya. All right. So I just wanted to make sure that it was good and inked before I put it on the card. All right. So this is just going to say Love Ya. I love that. That might stay on my desk. I have several stamps that stay on my desk. This chicken, she always stays on my desk. And this is actually from one of the paper pumpkins. It's like a splotchy thing that goes with the expressions, that coordinates with the expressions of ink. These stay on my desk. I probably have more somewhere, but those are right where I can reach them handy. And I'm thinking that Love Ya might too, because you can put Love Ya on anything, on the back of an envelope. All right, I just want to make sure I got that inked good. All right, and then I'm just going to trickle these cute little leaves down at the inside of the card. So they just kind of look like they're cascading down the card. All right, and I'm going to set that aside so it can dry a little bit. So let me get the rest of my stuff going here. All right, so here is the outside. So basic white thick. That's what I use for my card bases if I'm going to use the basic white. If I'm going to color, which, you know, I'm going to on the inside there, or even just the insides, I always use the regular, because I find that the regular basic white is a little smoother than the basic white thick, and I just find that I get a little better look when I'm coloring it. All right, so that is going to go, that's the card base. Then what I also did was, on my pieces over here, all right, so that's an inside. So this is a 3 3/4 by 5, and you're really not even going to see this because I'm going to be gluing my DSP onto it. But the thing is, I have these 2 pieces of DSP, just like the inside. Hang on a minute, I can pick it up. And they're going to go like this on the outside of the card. And where's my card? Where's my card? All right. So they're going to go on the outside of the card like this. So I just put that extra piece of cardstock behind there just because it's going to give it a little more stability than if I just glued them onto here. I mean, you can if you want, but you know, you don't notice it's back there, but it's just going to give it a little bit of stability. It also makes it a little easier to keep your DSP straight because you have this as your guide. All right, so this was 3 3/4 by 2, and then this one is 3 3/4 by 3. And I'm going to just butt them up together like that. And see? So you've covered that, that cardstock, but it just gives that some heft to it. All right, then I also have some smoky slate, and this is from that suit, the suit die. Remember I said I was using the suit die? So I'm just using this, and this is just the strap. That's just the what would it be? Suspender strap or a belt, you know, whatever you do with it. And that's just going to go, and it just is going to cover, where is my card so I can keep looking at it? That's just going to cover these two pieces. So that covers those. I want to make sure it's straight because might not be straight. So I'm using my grid sheet. So I have my line there. So I know this one's up just a little bit. So I'm just going to wiggle it so it's even. All right. All right. So then we have this cute little stitched piece. So it almost looks like ribbon, right? It looks like stitched ribbon. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Virginia. So if you're just joining me, I'm using 3 of the stamp sets that you're getting if you register for the fall social. But this is not one of the make and takes, but you could totally make this card later. Okay. I just wanted to share it because it is so stinking cute. Okay. So we have, you know, this. So then we're just going to put this on that 4 by 5 1/4 piece of cardstock. And then, can you tell I like to layer? Then that's going to go in the front. And it just, I don't know. I like to layer, and I think it makes the card seem like even more like quality. You know, it's got some heft to it. All right, so that's going to go in the front. But like I said, if you didn't want to put the DSP on that little piece of cardstock that you don't really see, you could. It's just, to me, it's just easier to assemble. All right, let's see. We also have our sheep. Now, I did the little sheep in advance. I also did a little birthday hat. I did the little fence. I love the fence. All right, I did another. So we've got 2 clouds. And then a piece of grass, but it's basically the cloud. You're just going to, that one's got a mark on it. And I'm kind of anal. All right. So I think that's all the pieces I need. Oh, yes. And then this. Okay. Now we're going to color a little sheep. So what I did was I stamped the sheep on the smoky slate so that she has like a gray look to her already. And then I'm just going to take my blends and we're just going to add a little bit of color right on top of that cardstock. Now, did you know you can color right on top of cardstock with the blends? You certainly can. Now, you might have to use a little darker color, like this is the dark Flirty Flamingo. You might have to use the darker ones than normal, just because as it soaks in, it's going to lighten up. And then this is the light. So just keep that in mind, that it will lighten up. All right, and then I want to take my dark petal pink and then just color the rest of her face in. And I'm calling her a her just because she has that look about her, like she's a pretty little sheep. All right, I'm also going to put a little bit on the feet. And a little bit of that flirty as well. And it's just very subtle. Like as it soaks in and dries, you'll be able to see it. And then I have my dark smoky slate. So I'm going to put a little bit of dark smoky slate on her ears and her legs. that's dark smoky slate. And then a dark gray granite. Hi, Carol. Better late than never. That's what I say. Even if you're watching the replay, I really appreciate all the sweet comments that you leave me. Because it does. It feels like we were friends. Okay. Oh, I want to also color the little hat. So we are going to do some Poppy Parade. So I'm just going to put some Poppy Parade on this stinking cute little hat. And some granny apple green. Isn't that look like a festive little hat? Now this has a die. This hat has a little die. So it's so cute. All right, so we have all our little pieces, Okay, so this, I want to stamp my happy birthday. I also want to color my leaves. Where's my happy birthday? All right, so let me make sure it's good and inked. So I chose this because it fits perfectly. Make sure I don't have any caca on it. All right, because it fits perfectly in this die. And since it's photopolymer, I can see through it. So I could see that I was in the right spot. Love it. Okay. Now I believe I'm done with my ink pad. Okay. Wipe my fingers on my pants. At least I don't have white shorts on today. All right. And then I want to just color these little leaves. And then I think we can just assemble. So I'm just going to add a little bit of pumpkin pie. And it's just kind of like a fall day. And the leaves are falling. All right. And a little yellow. And granny apple to pull from the front of the card. Even though this paper has mint macaron in it. And a little red leaf. How about that? Did I already put yellow? I did. So we've got a little there. I'm going to make this one red. There. Isn't that cute? It's just got the little leaves. Flutter, flutter, flutter. And then that can go on the inside of the card. So this is another reason why I put it inside. So I have stamped on the inside of that extra little piece. And you can see where the blends bleed through. Now, if I was coloring something even bigger, it would bleed through even more. So you definitely don't want to stamp that on the inside here because it would bleed through the back. So that's why I usually put an insert in my cards. And then you have that little piece on the bottom. And it just, doesn't it look so cute? It just goes so well together. All right, so let's get our pieces assembled. So we have, this is that Stitch So Sweetly. And now I'm going to use a lot of dimensionals because this will probably go in a thank you card or a top 10 card where I put extra postage. So I'm not going to worry about, you know, that I have all these dimensionals going on because I already know that this card is going to take more postage. All right. Then we're just going to assemble our little scene. Okay, so then we have our little fence is going to go here. I'm going to turn it this way. So I have these side things over these little extra pieces here. Let me get my baby dimensionals. Baby, baby, baby. Where are you? Here we go. Baby dimensionals. So isn't this the cutest little card? Oh my gosh. All right, let me put that up there. So I'm just putting my baby dimensionals on here. And I'm going to have to trim for the center. But that's fine because you want your dimensionals to be all the way used up. when you're done. So see, I'm just taking my scissors and I'm just cutting myself a long, skinny strip. Now you can use, we have the foam, hang on, I'll show you. Now, the foam, they're not foam, what are they? Hang on a minute. Yeah, foam adhesive strips. So we do have foam adhesive strips, and you can use those too. They may be a little wide, so I just used my dimensionals because I had them there. But I love the foam adhesive strips too. I use them a lot. I really love adding the dimension to cards. Okay, so then we're just going to put our little fence on. So what is your favorite celebration? It was so fun to have 2 celebrations this year. I hope it is very successful. And we do it every year. Okay, so I'm just standing up. So I'm going to put my little fence here. Okay. And then my little bit of grass. So here's my little bit of grass. So that's going to go here. So I'm going to, where is my poker tool? In my glue dots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this to the fence. So I know I need to put some glue dots on my fence right here. And here. And that's going to hold my grass in place. So I've got my grass there. All right. Oh, you know what I forgot to color? My sheep. Now you could, I'm going to color with my gel pen. Hey, Sandra. The sheep are so cute, right, Jeannie? Hey, Deborah, you're here. You're here for the line. Ooh, Melbourne. Yeah. What time is it in Melbourne? All right, so I'm just going to use, now I know we don't have the gel pen. You could probably use, hang on a minute. You could use, where are my pencils? Where are my pencils? Well, I'm not even going to reach for my pencils because I already had this out. All right, so this is just a gel pen. And I am just going to, now everybody that's doing the fall social will get a gel pen. So that's just, you know, one thing I always stick in there because they add so much to your cards. And I know we don't have them in the catalog, so I just get them from Amazon. But this just makes the sheep look so adorable. Like now she's got all that wiggly hair. Maybe it's not called hair. Wool. I guess it would be called wool. My husband's so funny. I will say certain things and he'll watch my video, go, well, it's called this or it's called that. So he's too cute. All right, so there's our cute little woolly sheep. And then I'm just gonna let that dry because that gel pen does, or the gel pen takes just a little bit to dry. So I don't want to be like touching it and smearing it because I love how the little curly cues look. All right, so I only need one grass. Then I'm going to put my clouds. So I've got my clouds with my glue dots. And if you've got some of the backwards glue dots, just tie a ribbon on it and it seems to help. And then you just kind of have to learn to use them like backwards. All right, so we're going to put that. And then this one I'm going to put on with dimensionals. So it's going to sit up higher. So 2 dimensionals should do it. And then that is going to like overlap this one. you know, like the clouds in the sky would. And we've had so much rain, so many clouds. The first things I bought were the sheep and the dye. Oh, yes, and the hand pinned. Yeah, but the sheep are just so cute. So I'm so excited to share those with everybody for the fall social. Now remember, if you're in Canada, you can register with Marcy, and if you're in the United States, then you register with me. Okay, so let me make sure the sheep is all the way dry. She looks dry. Let's take her little birthday hat and stick it on her head. Wouldn't this be a cute little birthday card to give somebody? We have new neighbors next door. They are so fun. They have all these animals. So they might, I don't know when their birthday are, but they might enjoy this kind of a card. All right. So this is going to go on there. And I'm going to stack. So I know my sheep is here. And I'm stacking my glue dots because I want her, and I told you, this card is already going to have to go with extra postage, so it's going to be a big, big, tall one. So I know she's there. I know she's here, so I can stick that there in between the fence posts to snag her belly as well. So I haven't pulled those backs off while I just adjust. Let's see. I think that's... And then I could put one down here. As close to the fence as possible. And I'm stacking them only because the fence is the same height. Because I use dimensionals on the fence, so it's the same height. So I need to make my sheep taller than the fence, or she's just going to be kind of wonky. All right, so now I can peel the pieces off and stick my cute little sheep down. So here she is. Happy birthday. This is a little wonky, so not a big deal. Get a glue dot, lift, and stick. I'm always lifting and sticking. Whoops, get in there. There we go. Now it's down. And then we just have to put our happy birthday on there. So same thing. This has already got a dimensional. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to put, I don't want it as high, so I'm going to go 2 glue dots. So that adds a little bit of height, those two together, and a dimensional. So 2 glue dots and a dimensional is going to give that a little bit of height. I probably should have did more than one, but I can fix that after. You're probably getting bored. Please stop gabbing. All right, so there is our greeting. Yeah, I'll have to add. Oh, let me just do it now. Do the same thing. 2 glue dots. Stack. And then a dimensional. And that's just going to give me a little more height. So my sister has more kittens. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. But she's in Canada. So no kittens for me. All right, so happy birthday. So adorable. And if this bothers you, you can put a glue dot, lift and stick as well. All right, and then to finish it off, we are going to use those right here. We're going to put these around just to add a little bit of something, something. So these are the cute matte decorative dots. And I'm just going to put one here. So it kind of looks like a button, right, on a belt. And then I'm just going to pick up a few. I love that they're kind of, what do you call that? Not chevron. Ombre. I had to think of the word. They're kind of ombre, right? They're dark and then they get lighter. They're super, super cute. But they add some cuteness, I think. So is the blue rubber to hold your cap on your, oh, you know what it is? I think they're called finger cots. And it's just, I just stuck it on there. Because sometimes when I'm like doing the, you know how I splatter with the blend, my fingernails get like kind of dirty and stuff. So I just usually put a couple of finger cots on to keep my fingers clean. So then I've just been like sticking it on the thing. So there's no, because I've just not been putting the thing in the back. So I have like my flat one, and I have my poker, and then I have, you know, my brush, which has a poker on the end of it. But when I use this one, I usually just use it like this. I usually don't have it in the thing. So I don't know, I just stuck it on there. I just stuck it on there. Who knows why? But then when I put it in my jar, then it's, you know, who knows why? Virginia. I don't know why I put it on there. Oh, okay, but is that not so cute? All right, so let me show you the card I've been looking at. Remember I kept saying, where's my card? Because there are pretty, oh, I didn't put a hat on this one. So that's one thing that's different. But they're pretty similar. This one, I didn't put anything on the inside because I'm not for sure, you know, who's going to get it. Because if I give this one to the neighbor, I'm not going to say love ya. I mean, I like them. I don't know them that well. So I would do more like this, right? So the love ya, you know, you're going to have to know who you're going to give that to. So anyways, but there they are. Oh, and you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put some little polka dots, some cheek freckles on my sheep, as well as the pool party eyeshadow. There. Now it's done. She's got her makeup on. So she is done. So anyways, so hopefully you like that card. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun doing it. I was like, I just love all the colors. I know I have another set cut, so I'm just gonna sit and make another one. I just love it. But what I wanted to show was my pencils. I'm like, where are my pencils? Hang on. Are they in here? Are they in here? Let me see. My pencil case. I want the white one. It is. My white one's in there. I'm going to turn the phone around because I did another sheet. I'm just going to see how this does. All right. Ooh, I got real close there. Oh my, that was really close. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to flip the phone. You thought you were done. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my watercolor pencil. So I'm not going to do the whole sheep. I just want to see. So it's a lot softer, but you can definitely see it. So can you see that? You can definitely, I'm like, so you can definitely see it. It's not as bright. But you know what I need to do? This is a watercolor pencil. So I need to get my, whatchamacallit? My painter. Ooh, that's alcohol. See, this is what happens when I go squirrel and I think of something else. Okay, so this is water. This is water. All right. So let me get a jar. Oh my gosh, Diana. I should have just stopped while I was ahead. Okay, so this has got some water in it. So I'm just going to squeeze, and so this is just me trying, right? So this is not, I didn't do this ahead of time. So I just want to make sure there's water coming out of that. So I'm just going to pick this up. So it might not even work. I think I need to wet it more. Plus this is smoky slate. And I'm tempted to lick it. Is that gross or is that gross? we're not going to lick it. All right, I just want to squeeze some water on here. All right, because I want to be able to stick my pencil in there to get it wet. Because that's going to loosen up that lead. So it definitely, as it's drying, you can see it a little more. It's just not as vivid as the gel pen, but you totally can do it. So I think it's just, if I'd have done this before, I would have maybe picked a different color. So you can see it is making my, you know, like that. Or, you know what you can use too? Here she goes. She's just going off. She's just, I don't even know the words I'm trying to say. All right, hang on. Now I'm getting a blender pen. I'm just pulling out all sorts of stuff. Hey, Charlotte. Hey, Candy. Hey. Now, Lily, I'm just like going crazy here. All right, so I just want to try it. So you can definitely see the pencil. Let me scoot. You are late, but I have like lost control, Marcy. I was trying one thing, and now I'm going to try another. So this is just me like trying. So now I've just got my blender pen, which I have hardly used forever, and I'm using my white the Whisper White. So I'm just going to squeeze. So this is the old style, but that's how they come. So when you order these, you order it, and then you have your refill. So you put your refill in it. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just picking up white with my blender pen. So basically, I'm just going to show you some different ways that you can, so like some people are like, well, I want to use the Stampin' Up stuff. And that's totally good. I mean, you should. I just have a little bit of a problem, or a little bit of a, I love my gel pen, so that's just what I chose. But this, look how cute this is looking. So this is just a blender pen with the craft, which is basically like white paint. So that looks good. Definitely shows up more than the, and then you just want to, you know, clean that. But anyways, so there's the sheep colored a different way. He almost looks a little more furrier, which my husband, like I said, he will love that I'm saying fur. But there, so see, that looks so cute too, right? So it looks better in person than, of course, the camera's picking up. But anyways, and then you just want to let that dry, because you can see that craft ink is still wet. But anyway, so that's a different way. You know, you might say, well, I don't have a white gel pen. Maybe you have the craft pad and a blender pen. So, and then I squeezed it. But if you were going to do a bunch of them, I would just squish the refill right in the lid, and then just use it like a paint palette. That's how I do all my watercoloring. I just squirt the refill in the lid, and then I color to my heart's content. All right, so I'm going to say see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you liked that cute card. I know I did. And I love the little hat on it. It looks so fun. But anyway, so don't forget, you have till the 20th to register, and we still have some spots available. So make sure you holler at Marcy if you're in Canada, and me if you're out of the States, because I had several people email me yesterday, and like brand new people with some questions. So make sure you holler at us if you have any questions. All right? Okay, so I'm going to say see you later. I will see you tomorrow for my What Ya Making Wednesdays. And that's same time, same channel, 3 o'clock, Arizona time. All right. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye for now.